Welcome to American Dream Trading's The Aftermarket, another episode. Yes, it is. And tonight we're going to do an encore presentation of what the discussion was that we had last night was imagination is the workshop of reality. And that it truly is. But before we get to that, I want to thank everybody for being here. Thank you for those of you that came last night and hung out with Jen and I for a little bit. She was on here with me. And we just kind of, went a little deep with it. And sometimes it pays to do that because what we do as traders is something that can be considered stressful if you don't know what you're doing, if you don't have a roadmap to it. And think about it. Think about how many people have gotten sick because they sat in the chair all day chasing trades. Think about how many people, and even Coach had to get up out of the chair, right? You have to, keep certain things in mind, and you got to think about what your intention is, right? You want to be successful at it, but not at the expense of your health, because if you're not here, then who cares what good of a trader you are? You're gone, right? So you got to take care of your health first, right? But yeah, so yesterday we had a pretty deep dive into it, but before we get into that, please do me a favor. Smash the like button, gang. Smash the like button, share the content out, and subscribe to the channel. If you have not already subscribed, please go ahead and smash that button. All three of these things are absolutely free. Absolutely free. Don't cost you a dime. We're trying to get Coach to 20,000 subscribers right now. We're sitting at 17,698. Actually, that was yesterday. Hold on. Let me check and see if that has crossed 17.7. I'm sure it has. Hopefully everybody had a nice green day today. I paper traded because I am preparing myself for greatness. So I have vowed not to use real money again until I am absolutely certain that I am where I need to be. I am paper trading only. I did paper trade IWM today. Let's see. Yeah, 17,705 actually. All right. So we're only 295 away from 18K, and then it is onward and upwards to that 20K that we're trying to hit. So thank you for subscribing, gang. Thank you, everybody, and thank you for being here. I see everybody down there. James L, Chart and Soul. Cricket! I see you, Cricket. Bobby's down there. Hey, gang. What's up, my people? Let's see who else we got. We got Smart Mom. Hey, what's going on? At least once a month, I'm hit with the FOMO. Chasing up, right. It happens. It happens to all of us. Bumblebee. Hey, you know what? Shout out to Bumblebee. You know where I'm going with that, right? You know where I'm going, gang.
Me in a bad situation at that time, finding a job, and I sat down and had gotten a little extra money, so I started trading crypto and going through all these kiddie channels and looking at different things, and that led me to put Coach up in front of me on TikTok. And like you said, I was watching this guy, watching the back of his head, and he was in here trading away and being serious. And, I'd watch him just for a couple of minutes. I'm not going to say I locked right in on him, but it kept coming up and kept coming up every morning. I'd go in there and it kept coming up. At the end of my first year, I probably traded, I don't know, I guess probably $6,000 worth. Yep. So for a year, I went through trying to trade, trying to listen and trade. And every time I got money, I tried to put a little bit in and I was trying, but I wasn't listening. I wasn't stopping. I wasn't learning. I was so eager and seeing all these people doing these wonderful things. And I was just jumping all around. And I was like, that's it. I'm done trading because I can't trade. I don't know how. And I'm not picking it up. And I was in the Discord and I typed in something in there and I'm like, I'm getting so frustrated and I put all this time in and I I can't get it. I can't grasp it.
Mm-hmm.
And DT got in.
Oh, wow.
And DT said, "Look, you got this. I've heard you. I've seen you. You can do it." And right then, that was when I'm determined I'm going to learn this. So for the next year, I was at work, and every day at work, on my lunch, I took 1 full hour. Sometimes I took a longer lunch than I should have, and just everything that he was talking about just started making sense. It started clicking. The more I was reading books. I was going through all these TikTok channels, word trading, and all these big guys online. And what I seen in Coach just locked me in. This
About
is
it.
happy. This is happy crying. This ain't crying because I'm struggling.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is crying because I see this year I'm going to be a millionaire. I see
I know
that.
that. Yes, you are, my friend. Yes, you are. Why? Because you are speaking it into existence. You are making it so. Your imagination is what is going. That's what's going on in your workshop right now. You are absolutely right. You will be one, right? You're on your way. You're on the path. Continue to speak it into existence. That's how we use our imaginations to create what it is we want, right? If you want to be the world's greatest trader, then speak it, right? We know people that have done that and have been very successful. So speak it, right? Wait a minute, hold on. Let me back up. I see a lot of comments. All right. James said, "Hey Jerry, what's going on, brother?" Meep. That's funny. Hey Maria. All right, we do have the American Dream Trading link right there. Ooh, I gotta do that. Do a new one on that. Got the free workshop in there. Got the tip jar down there. James L's tip jar. You can go over in the Traders Lounge. Maria's. Darn crickets in the house. JoJo. What's going on, JoJo? I hope you had an amazing day. Darn cricket. You darn cricket, you. Yeah, Bumblebee's my buddy, man. Leonard Jones. Leonard Jones is in the house. Small green day today. It's small, big, it doesn't matter. It's green. How is that? My cat? My damn cat. Freaking cat hair. It's disgusting. Anyway, Neo. I don't want to be up in here and then all of a sudden I got cat hair all in my damn jaws. It doesn't matter, darn cricket. Good job. Let's give him the bell. Smart Mom 1, yes, I know. Getting better though. No trading today. Had a migraine. Ooh, sorry to hear that, honey. I'm sure that was no fun. All I eat is grapes and lettuce. So I don't get headaches. Hey. Okay, so howdy at Darn Cricket. The entire ADT family. Sweet. I just want to make sure I'm getting everybody in, reading these chats. The The darn cat. I know. I'm like, ah. I'm kind of freaking. I mean, I could take it off and. Yeah, there we go. I mean, can you guys? How does it sound without that? Does it sound really weird without that? Because that's. Let me know how it sounds without the filter. Vegan knowledge. What's up, love? Nah, it wasn't your hair. It's definitely Neo's. He's because that thing fell on the floor before, and I thought I got it all off, but in the light, you know how you can see. I just want to make sure. Bumblebee green. All right, another $500 day. What's up? Carol says sounds good. Okay, cool. Thank you, babe. Okay, sounds good. Okay, well, I'm gonna leave that off then. That way, maybe I'll just give that to him as a toy. I mean, it looks cool and all, but I mean, if it sounds all right without it, with it, because he sleeps in this chair. He loves sleeping in this chair. This is his little bedroom at night. It's my dawn cave throughout the day, but after I shut the lights down and everything, he wanders in here and he sleeps all night in my chair. So it becomes his haven. So sometimes I know he probably crawls on my desk, messes with the keyboard, because every now and then, a couple of things will be out of place, and every now and then that filter will be on the floor. So I know he's reached up and smacked it. So I'm like, you know what? I tell you what, I may just give it to him. I kind of like the look of it though. It's like one of those big. I'm like, all right, all right, all right, all right. So I know I can get along with it, but gang, I'm telling you, yesterday was phenomenal. Shout out to those of you that were there. I think Handy Homemaker was there. We had quite a few people in there, and it was fun. It was amazing, and yeah, so you like my background? Check out the clouds. I mean, they kind of go with the color of the thumbnail and everything. I'm like, no way. I didn't make that. That was actually in Restream. And I thought, damn, Restream, the gold in there. I'm like, okay, that's kind of matching the color scheme I got going on with the slides. Okay. It's like Restream already knew. But today I wanted to talk to you guys about, your manifestation and the idea of using your imagination, just like Willy Wonka taught us uh, to craft what it is that you want in your trading career, right? If you want to be one of the best traders out there, then claim it, right? We are being taught by a 34-year veteran, and we are being taught by people who have become millionaires just inside of this group from learning from the same person that we're learning from. Okay. And shout out to Chad Christian. He owns American Dream Trading. He is our coach and mentor. And he has been going live from 9 in the morning for 3 years now and has built one of the fastest growing stock market education companies in the country, if not the fastest. And he does that by way of live open mic every morning from 9 to 11. Coach goes live on all the things. I'm talking YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, you name it. Coach is on there and he's live from 9 to 11. And he gives us his all. He trains us on how to be profitable in the stock market by teaching us the process that we need to learn to do that. He teaches us risk management so that we can protect our capital while we're learning. In fact, most of us don't even use real money. A lot of us use paper trading accounts because he makes sure he tells us don't use real money when you're first learning. I've been doing this 3 years and I'm still learning. I will always be learning. There's always something new to learn, not just in trading, but in life, right? But I will always be a student of this game. So I have taken myself once again back to the basics, and I mean all the way back to the basics because I'm paper trading. I'm not even using real money, right? Because I feel like that is, the smartest thing to do. The things that I have been learning, I want to get right with the paper trading. Now I know there's different fill times and things like that. But I'm not doing it for that. I'm not doing it for the actual mechanics of getting in and out of a trade. I'm doing it for the mentality of getting in and out of a trade, when I should be getting in instead of rushing in, waiting for the proper setups, and training my brain to sit on my hands until I see absolutely what is that setup that's happening, and training my brain to take the profit. Guys, how about Coach doing the advanced strategy, right? He How many times have we seen, normally Coach is so in and out of a trade so quickly because he's a scalper, but lately he has been I wanted to cuss. He has been shedding his tail off, right? He has been going in with about 8 to 10 contracts, and then bam, he is demonstrating for us his shedding technique. He's knocking off 50, then he's knocking off another 2, then he's knocking at 50%, then he's knocking off another 20%, another 20%, and leaving the 10% as runners, right? And just doing it, just making it look easy, just making it look so easy. And that is why we're here. That's what draws us in. That is the strategies that has created 16 millionaires in this company. And no, they're not verified, because we, legally can't come after them unless they want to volunteer to show us their books. But this is reported by our members. But I'll tell you what, none of us are financial or tax advisors. Coach, none of us, right? So everything you hear is for training and educational purposes only. So, and we're using paper trading accounts. So, if they are making that, which I truly believe they are, because behind the scenes, we have seen people's P&Ls. We just can't make them public. They don't want them public. And that's their privacy. That's fine. Right. You know what happens when people come out of the woodwork, right, on you, wanting money and all this. So we don't want to put our millionaires through that. Right. But shout out to them. And, this is something that, we have been blessed with. We've been blessed with the process of how to trade and how to trade the right way. So tonight we're going to dig into, getting deep with trying to manifest what it is that we want. So the topic of tonight's show, once again, is imagination is the workshop of reality. Okay. So faith and belief faith and belief in your wisdom. We are learning from the best, right? We're learning from the best. So we have to have faith in that and take it to heart every time we get a lesson from Richard, from Palm. You know what I mean? Every time we get a lesson, we have to listen and be mindful and take notes and take it seriously. I was saying I was proud of Maria. Maria has really taken Richard's teachings to heart, and she is profiting from the knowledge that she's not only gaining, but implementing, right? She's not just learning and taking it in. She's actually applying the knowledge that she's getting, and she's being successful. Shout out to you, Chart and Soul, right? Faith is believing before there's proof. I like to think that all of us came into this group with faith that if we did what we needed to do and followed the rules, that we would be where we wanted to be, right? That still is true, gang. I don't care what's happened to you. I don't care if you've lost everything. If you're able to get back on that horse, and you can, because you can go paper trade, right? You don't need money. If you've lost everything, you should have paper traded anyway. Go to paper trading and continue to practice. You don't walk away from this, because this is something that not everybody can do. In fact, 95% of people who try to do it fail. It's not easy, but it is simple once you get the math and get the technique and get the discipline and utilize the patience, right? Your wisdom must be louder than doubt. Trust in what you know, gang. Trust in what you know. How many times have we heard that if we set ourselves up to only lose no more than 1 to 3%, but do we do it? What would happen if we did do it? Just like Coach said, it would be literally impossible to lose all our money and blow up our accounts, right? So that is one that we need to take, all of them we need to take to heart, but that is one that's going to preserve your capital, right? That is wisdom that will take care of any doubt. Oh, I hope I don't lose a lot of money today. No, you won't. Why? Because you're disciplined enough to only lose no more than 3%. Think about it. There wouldn't be doubt if you followed that rule, would there? The only thing you're doubting is yourself, gang. If you say, hey, I am determined, this is my account size, okay, calculate it out. This is what 1 to 3% is, and I am not going to lose more than that, and mean it and actually implement that strategy, then you don't have to worry about losing all your money, do you? Let the knowledge and wisdom that you've gained be bigger than your doubt. Because there should be no doubt if you follow that to the letter, right? The market rewards conviction. We talked about confidence versus conviction last week. You can walk around with the big head and be emotional and be overconfident, or you can trade with conviction, which means you're trading with the rules and you're only waiting for setups. You're not losing more than 3% and you're using your stops. Everything that coach teaches us to do. You're using small position size, unless, of course, you're one of those people who has graduated on to being able to use a larger position. But other than that, you are using a small position size or you are paper trading, right? You're not making any more than 3 to 5 trades a day, because anything more than that, and it'll lead to over trading. You'll trigger the addiction and you will continue to trade all day long, even with paper trading. Make a few trades and then walk away from it. Train your brain to make a 3 to 5 trades or 1 to 5 trades, right? Because if you make some good money in one trade, hey, don't give it back. Don't make 5 trades just because it says 3 to 5. You don't have to make 5 trades. If you make one good trade for the day, walk away from it. Keep your profit, right? If belief is weak, emotion takes over. If you don't stand your ground, and follow these rules to the letter, gang, right? Your emotions are going to take over. You're going to revenge trade, or you're going to think, wow, I just made the greatest trade in the world. Let's go back in. Let's get some more. I'm sure I can probably do that again. And then how many times have you done that and ended up giving some, half, or all of it back? And then even taking it further into the red, right? So you got to follow the rules. You got to make sure that you are following through and making your imagination come to fruition, right? It's not just you imagine it and it happens. You have to take action. You have to do the things that will lead you down that path of making that dream a reality, right? Otherwise, it's going to stay the American dream, right? At some point, we want it to be the American reality, right? So let me take a quick break here. I do take breaths, Azer 6, or whatever your name is. Let's see here. Vegan Knowledge. Hi, James. Hi, Bumblebee. Carol says, sounds good. I remember that. That's where I left off. Sounds good. Okay. So Jerry said, just don't breathe on the mic. Be all good. Hi, Dawn. I haven't decided yet. Hey, what's going on? Good to see you in here. James L said, sorry, everybody. Have to cut out early today. See you in the morning. All right, James, I hope you feel better, bud, or I hope you feel good. Didn't he say he was coming up here? Not only did he not come, he's gone. He got out. James out. He gone. No, but James is dealing with some stuff, and he is in my thoughts and prayers. Howdy, vegan. Coffee Todd, what's going on, Papa? Hey, my brother. Leo Lilu, what's going on, Lilu? Yes, 100%. Choose goals with reach. Absolutely. Manifest the green, Jerry is saying. Manifest the green day every day versus million someday. Yeah, that because guess what, Jerry? The green days every day leads to the millions that will eventually be someday, right? You cannot focus on the end result. Only do that to set your goals. Then begin the work. Then break those goals down to a daily goal that you can achieve that will eventually, you're going to look up one day and you're going to be a millionaire, right? But you got to hit the daily goals first, right? And you got to do that one day, one trade at a time. Smash that like button, Jerry says. Thank you, Jerry. Right now, there is 23 people in here, and we have 16 likes. So we're almost caught up. Let's get that caught up, gang. Thank you for those likes. Appreciate you. Share it out. Get more people in here, right? Because we're talking some good stuff tonight. All right, next slide. Exercising creative visualization. And I mentioned this yesterday. If you've ever seen the movie The Secret or the documentary The Secret, they talked about how they used this back in the day for the Olympic athletes, where they would have them run a race in their minds and their bodies would actually trigger the same responses as if they were actually really running the race. And then I told the story, which I will now tell again, that one night I had a dream a few months ago, not even a few months ago, probably about a month ago, that I was pushing this chair up a hill. I was racing somebody, right? They had a chair, I had a chair, and we were pushing our chairs up this hill. I don't even remember who I was racing. I don't even know if I knew the person, but we were pushing our chairs up this hill. And I literally woke up out of my sleep because I was like breathing so heavy and my heart was racing. And it was this is crazy. And I don't think I said this yesterday. I woke myself up. My subconscious mind, because I deal a lot in subconscious, subliminal healing and learning. So I'm very in touch with my subconscious and I can tap into it, right? And I did that night in the dream because I didn't want to have a fucking heart attack in my sleep. Excuse my French, right? So I woke myself up. I heard myself say, "Wake up, Dawn. You're dreaming and you're getting out of control here. Wake up." And I woke myself up. I literally talked to myself in the dream like, "Hey, this is not real." I remember hearing myself say that. I remember hearing myself say that. Hey, 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 this is not real. Get up. Your heart is beating out of control here. Get up. Wake up. This is not even real. And I remember sitting up at that moment and I was out of breath. My heart, I'm like, holy crap. So your mind, your subconscious, gang, is powerful. It did not distinguish between real and imaginary. You get where I'm going with this? Convince your mind that you're a successful trader. Keep inserting, and I don't care if you which way you do it. If you want to sit there and listen to tapes over and over again or videos over and over again, but do it while you're sleeping because you will insert that in your subconscious. Your subconscious will buy in and then you'll start to bring it to fruition. Your actions, your thoughts, you will not have to fight to be disciplined because your subconscious mind will no longer be bucking up against the system. It will help you. It'll be who you are. You will start to think like people who have discipline because you've inserted it into your subconscious. This stuff works, gang. So exercise that creative visualization. Get it in your mind that that's who you are, and It will begin to happen. Feed your mind while you're sleeping the things that successful traders think and do. Listen to coaches' teachings about double tops and double bottoms and what to wait for while you're sleeping, not just while you're awake, right? I'm telling you, you will notice a difference in your trading. I want people to do this and check back with me here in the aftermarket and let me know how it's working, right? You got to give it a good month though. Don't just do it for a couple nights. You will notice a difference, but don't just do it for a couple nights or a week. You got to do at least a minimum for a month because it takes 20 to 30 days for something to become a habit and actually internalize it. So you got to do it for at least a month. But in a month, I want you guys to come back and tell me how it's working for you. So, talking point, visualization is mental rehearsal. I did tell another story yesterday of my childhood, right? When I was on a playground, I had visualized myself jumping over one of those bars, right? It was they had the three levels, the steel bars where you can swing and put your legs up and hang upside down. They have one level, then they have the next level, then the third, the highest level. Well, the lowest one was about waist high to me, and I remember telling my friend, "I'm gonna jump over that," and they were like, "No, you can't jump over that. That's too high." I could see if it was, I mean, a hump or stump, but this thing was like waist high. And I'm talking about going over it, getting high enough to go over it, right? Which means my feet had to at least be as high as my waist off the ground to be able to clear this thing. But in my mind, I pictured myself doing it. I could literally see myself go, and I felt what it felt like to go over. I remember looking down and seeing the bar passing by as I was going over it. And literally within a few minutes, I went all the way back and got a running start, and I cleared the bar because I literally imagined it. And I didn't know it at the time, but I was practicing exercising visualization. I used my imagination to clear that bar, but I didn't know that I was using a technique that's taught. I didn't even know that I was using something that God gave us to create with on purpose. I didn't know I was using that technique. I just knew, hey, I could see it in my imagination. I'm gonna go ahead and do this because I feel like I can do it. I felt like I could do it. I did it so well in the dream that I'm like, I can do that because I can see myself doing it, and I did it. Well, that's how it works. You got to have a little bit of little kid in you, right? You got to pull that back out. But kids have it going on because they know how to visualize things because they haven't been beat down by the world yet. They've got that hope, right? And in trading, we know hopium is a bad thing. But when you're in life and a kid, you need hope, right? You need hope to keep believing that you're going to be a great trader. But you don't need hope hoping that something's going to go your way that's going against you in a trade. That's where you got to turn that hope off and go with what is actually happening on that screen, right? But visualize, gang. Visualize. It works. Visualize an attack. I was talking about Waterboy. That's right. I just brought that back. Talking about Waterboy, right? Water sucks, Gatorade. All right. What happened? It was a movie. It was a funny movie, but it taught a real lesson in the fact that if you visualize, just like Bobby did, he visualized, what he would do to these people, because they weren't even really picking on him. Well, they were, but he would visualize them saying stuff that they weren't even saying, or go back and visualize what they did say to him, and he would attack them based on it, right? He used it. He taught the coach. He said, "Hey, go visualize. Stop being controlled by fear and visualize the other coach as a baby." Right? And I know it's not real, and I know it's a movie, but art imitates life, gang. We can do the same things with our trading, right? See the trade before placing it. See yourself literally making that trade and making a successful trade before you actually place the trade. Rehearse it in your mind. See yourself sitting on your hands waiting for the proper setup and not rushing into a trade. Literally see yourself watching the screen, waiting for the setup. Feel what you'll feel. The anticipation of waiting to see what it is that you want to see. Is it the break and hold of the 9? Is it the first EWO bar that's bigger than all the ones before it? What is it that you're waiting for? Is it for it to reach the area of the double top zone or the double bottom zone? Did it reach that area yet? Has it started back in the other direction? What is it that you are waiting for? Whatever that is, picture yourself waiting for it and not acting until you see it. And then finishing the trade out green. See the end result. See yourself taking your profits, shedding, getting all your money, getting out green, and being profitable. And then imagine yourself writing it in your journal. Do all of those things. Feel all of the way that you will feel when this successful trade happens. Get happy about it. Like, hey, yeah, that feels good, man. Yeah, I can see that happening. Okay, I can feel that. I don't care if you feel like you're crazy doing it, right? How many people are eccentric that are wealthy because they go outside the box, because they do things that everybody won't do, like talk to themselves, like visualize, like, play things back in their minds and things like that. It's crazy talk, right? No, but it works, gang. It works. You won't care how crazy it looks if you're sitting there and you're a millionaire a couple years from now, right? Who cares? Visualize calm execution. Goes back to the trade. Visualize yourself waiting for the proper setup and getting into it calmly and not impulsively, right? Slow your roll. You can do this. The brain performs what it imagines. It's just like me with that dream, right? I had to wake myself up because I was freaking out of breath and my heart was beating really fast because my mind didn't know that I was not pushing a chair up a hill. That's how real it was. And my mind didn't know the difference. In my mind, I was doing that. So my body reacted to it. It triggered all the things necessary that I needed to perform that task. You need an accelerated heart rate. You know what I mean? You need, if when you're exercising, when you're picking up something, when you're in action, when you're in motion, your heart rate is accelerated because it needs to, pump the blood and get everything moving so that you can lift something or move something or run, whatever it is that you're trying to do. So my mind didn't know that I wasn't actually doing that. So it triggered my body to perform in my sleep. Well, guess what? If it works while you're sleeping, imagine what you could do when you're wide awake and looking at that screen. Right? And that's also proof, how many of you have had dreams where you woke up and felt, wow, damn, that felt real. Like I felt like I actually was doing that, or actually hanging out with that person, or actually saying that. Like, how many of you have talked in your sleep? Because you have crossed realms, right? You're in reality. Your mouth, once again, here we are. It's in your subconscious, but your mouth is doing it. You're you're speaking whatever it is that you're speaking in your dream. Because you can't tell the difference. Your mind doesn't know it's not real. So why not use it to your advantage when you're trading? Right? Now we're gonna go there. Did anybody ever wet the bed because they imagine that they went to the bathroom? Hey, I'm not ashamed. I've done it before. Not recently, but I have done it. You know? And I mean, I'm not bullshit. It has not been recently. It has not been. But, like, you know what I mean? When I was a kid, I would do that every now and then. It would happen. I would imagine I had gotten up and gone to the bathroom. I could feel myself sitting there and I would go. Now I can count the times that that's happened, maybe 2 or 3 times in my life, period. And I'm up there a little bit, so that's pretty good record. But don't tell me that I'm the only person that's ever done that down there. Don't be chicken shit. Admit it. You've done it before. You have imagined that you were going to the bathroom and you know it happened, right? Well, that's the same thing that I'm talking about. Your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference. So why not imagine yourself trading properly? Doing the things that coach teaches us to do, waiting for the double top, getting in slightly early and setting your stop just in case it goes past your buy-in point, right? Waiting for the first EWO bar to be bigger than the ones before it and not hesitating, getting in, assuming that there's not a VWAP sitting right there, right? Or some level of resistance or some level of support that's literally right in your face. That's the only time you wouldn't do it. You're going to have to wait, and then it's going to turn into a scalp, or you wait for the next EWO, right? If you got something sitting right there, but these are things we know. We know these because we've been trained on them. You will never do a 2-minute EWO that doesn't work anymore because now you know why they didn't work, because you got in at the wrong damn time. It's not that it didn't work. You got in because you didn't understand the power of charting and you didn't see something in your way. You didn't look left. You were getting in at a double top and didn't realize it was about to drop. Well, now you know. So stop like acting like you don't and implement this stuff, right? Picture yourself doing it the right way. And last talking point, the brain performs what it imagines. I think I just said that, right? Yeah. So, you can do this. You can do this, gang. It's in each and every one of us to be successful at this. And if you've been here a few years and you're still here, it's inevitable. You're going to keep doing it till you get it right. Bumblebee, thank you, brother. Jerry. Howdy, vegan. Papa Todd. Hey, everybody. Eddie, what's going on? Bumblebee, yes, 100%. Did I read these already? Oh, well, then I did read these. Okay. You can do it! 82 Millionaire Club, yes. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Yep. That was from Bumblebee. No, Jerry says no. Okay, wait a minute. No, not with the bed, but in my dreams, thought I heard someone breaking into the house. I had to go look a full do a full security sweep of the house. 9 I know that's Oh my God, Jerry. Jerry said I had to do a full security sweep 9 in hand. I just started picturing you like doing the cop thing, like around the corners. Oh my God. Well, obviously nobody was there because then you'd be telling a different story, right? You get it, brother. Oh man. Going to flip. What? No, right? I don't even know what Jerry looks like. I started picturing him walking through the house like, fuck's in here. Who's in here? Right? But hey, I'll tell you what though, that's a real thing. And we don't want to we don't want to also because guess what? Fear is just as powerful. What you fear, you bring in too, right? So if we fear something constantly happening, we're going to bring that into our existence, just like we can imagine good stuff like making good trades, bringing that into our existence. Use the thing for good, right? Don't use it for bad crap, because it works either way. That's what The Secret tries to get people to understand if you watch that, right? It works no matter which way if you're thinking bad shit's going to happen. If you're thinking good stuff's going to happen, right? And if you're going to start to feel a certain way. Okay, so I'm emerging from 3 years of being like this, right? And being in the depths of depression from losing money and feeling worthless. And I'm climbing out of that stronger than ever now because I survived it. So now I was a mental head before that and Now it's even worse because now I'm like, you didn't get me, right? I was down there, I was out, and thank God, there are angels in my life. Love you, thank you. And I've made it through it, right? I made it through it. Again, it'll be the third time that I have pulled myself out of the abyss, right? And no more. Absolutely no more. And I learned each time I went lower and sank lower and lower and didn't know who I was and why am I doing this. And and I tell you one thing that has come out of it, I am paper trading. I repeat, I am not using real money until I get this right? Ever again, ever. I don't care how much money I have. I'm not using real money until I get this right. I am paper trading as long as it takes for me to feel confident that I am entering and exiting properly, right? And even then, I've got to allow for different fills. So that is what it is. But the paper trading I am using for my mental mechanics, right? So I encourage you all to do the same thing, right? But Jerry, thank you. That was good. That was good, man. 9 in a hand. Oh man. I just started picturing that. He was not playing, boy. Whoever was in there was going down. He said he did a full security sweep. Oh man. And in the moment, it's not funny. In the moment, I'm sure it wasn't funny. And this is where I was going and I got sidetracked, right? I've done that. Like I've woken up because I thought I heard something and it wasn't a 9, but I got up and did the same thing. Checked every room, everything all right? What's going on? No, I don't want you to be worried. Just I thought I heard a little something. It could have been the cat. Don't worry about it. But I'm going through the house looking because I thought I heard something, right? So, and every night I always make sure that the front door and the back door is locked because you never know. People are crazy, right? So, but I do that because every now and then I've caught the back door being unlocked and I'm like, let's go ahead and lock that. So I get that whole security sweep thing. That's part of why I was laughing because I was relating to you because I have done that. I have legit done that myself. Oh my God. And that's like you going through the house half scared. Like you don't want to have to hurt somebody, but you will if you have to, right? Turning ideas into reality. I came into American Dream Trading with the idea that I wanted to be a millionaire because I've had that idea in my head for years now. And when I decided to learn how to trade and found Coach, I wasn't thinking that I was going to be a millionaire doing this, but I thought, it can't hurt to learn how to trade. And then I heard about Jimmy and Brady and a few others. And I thought, holy crap, I literally manifested this, right? And, I'm not talking about, being a millionaire right now, because the process has to happen properly. But it's like, I am bringing this into my existence. I spoke about it so much that God put me in touch with someone who creates millionaires. I said this yesterday. And it's like, wow, really? And I recognized it, like when Coach and I kind of just took to each other off the bat. I felt it in my heart. And I feel like I want to say he did too. Like, I'm supposed to help this girl. And I know he probably gets frustrated. Well, why isn't she there yet? What is she doing that she's not there yet? It's because I trade emotionally, right? And I haven't overcome that yet. But I'm getting there. I'm getting a lot better at it. But I knew him too. I'm like, he's the one. He's the one that's going to help me do this, And I was like, wow, no way, right? And so that's why I relate to Coach. And the fact that he and his wife did the same thing that Jen and I did, but only we actually owned the delivery business that we were driving for. There was no DoorDash when we were doing it. There was no Uber Eats when we were doing it. We did it for 12 years. There was a company in Baltimore that I saw did it, and we brought the idea to Ocean City. They had a place that had closed down. Check the universe out. That had closed down literally about 2 to 3 years before we got here. I had never even been here. So I came here with that idea already. And we both ended up losing our jobs. We had remote positions, and they let me go in November and they let her go in March. And in November, I took my 401k and started our delivery company. I said, you know what? I thought that was a good idea when we saw the carry out menu. But oh, wow, they'll go anywhere for $5. Look at this. Pizza Hut, McDonald's. That is a really good business idea. Wow. Came down to Ocean City. Wonder if they have that. They don't. Oh, they used to have blah, blah, blah. Oh, okay. And it was almost like the universe said, you want to do that? Right? Because I hear Coach say, thank God we lost our jobs. Did I put that out there? Here we go with the imagination. I imagined doing that business. Well, and I imagined being successful at it. I will never forget the day that I ordered the logo and some type of car door magnets from Vistaprint with our company logo and the name of the company on there. And I remember putting one on our refrigerator, one big, huge magnet. And a feeling came over me. I stared at it and I started smiling. And I looked at Jen and I said, Jen, we're going to be successful. I just know we're going to actually be successful. Well, that business ran for 12 years. You've Got Mail. Then came the Big Bad Fox Books. Then came DoorDash and all this other crap. And the local kids, kind of faded into oblivion because we didn't have the advertising money to keep up with them. Right. But we did have some customers that still remain true, but it wasn't enough to keep us open. Right. So it is what it is. But yeah, that was manifested through imagination, through intent. All right. And it came to fruition and it worked. Right. And in remembering that moment at the fridge, I realized yet again, just like when I sailed over the monkey bar thing, I used my imagination and I made something happen. And I'm not talking Harry Potter, ever make anything happen. No, I'm not talking magic, but it is, right? It really is. It's what we use to create. You think Coach just automatically snapped his finger and American Dream Trading was born? No, it started in his mind. It was a thought first. He sat down with some pen and some paper and he sketched out what he wanted to do. And it was a thought process and a feeling. You know what? He had been told he was good at it. He helped people make money before. Something in his gut said, you know, maybe I need to go down that road. He was doing tech stuff. What made him switch over to doing trading? What made his wife say, hey, go on TikTok? It was the universe, because it knew that he was meant to be who he is today. Right? And it knew how many lives he was going to affect by doing that. And Coach knew it. Right? So he followed it. He knows this stuff. Everything we're saying, Coach will tell you the same thing, dude. You gotta speak it into existence. But you gotta act on it. You gotta be true to it, right? Otherwise, it's not gonna work. You can't waver. Otherwise, you're gonna send mixed messages to the universe, and stuff's not gonna happen for you, right? Well, I kind of want to do it, but then it's not gonna happen. You have to have conviction, right? So there I go. I'm gonna be like somebody else not taking a breath, right? So imagination is the workshop of reality. Let's see. Turning ideas into reality. Clarity turns ideas into action. You got to be clear about what it is you want, gang. You heard Bumblebee say it in the video. I am going to be a millionaire this year. Did he say, I think I'm going to be a millionaire this year? I want to be a millionaire. No. He said, I am going to be a millionaire this year. He said it with conviction. He said it with intent, and he did not waver. So I believe him. And so does the universe. All he's got to do is stick his ground and stay doing what he's doing. Action builds confidence. How many times have you had good trades that made you feel like you knew what you were doing? It was building your confidence. You took action. You did things right. Hopefully, you didn't just do it by luck. And okay, Maria, prime example. She learned the engulfing candle pattern and the control candle pattern. She's playing earnings. She's looking at different things. She's trading like an actual professional trader. The more she started to do those things, the more confident she became in them, to now where she's not following plays, she's calling plays. She's got Palm listening to her, right? She got Richard following plays she's coming up with, not her getting handed a fish. She's the one handing out the fish. Anybody catch that? So the actions that have taken place over the past few months have built her confidence to the point now where there is no guesswork involved. She's doing it. She's getting it done. Confidence creates momentum, right? I'm sure that Maria's account is building. She doesn't go into detail about how much money is in there because we know she uses it for her life. But I'm sure that she's doing okay, right? And what is one of the most famous workshops that she's done? Compounding. Compounding is nothing more than momentum in your bank account, guys. You are building momentum. 1%, 1%, 1%, 1%. You're building momentum in your wallet by successfully trading every day. That's what Blake's doing. We looked at his screenshots. We looked at his charts. Some days he made $6. Some days he made $20. Some days he made $100. Some days it was $150. Some days it was $200. And then the next day it was $6 again. But either way, he was green. It didn't matter how much. He was green. And some days were better than others. But green was the goal. That's how we have to be, steadfast like that. Green, green, green. And momentum produces results. Small things done over the course of time, over long periods of time, add up to big results. Do the same small things every day. I work out for an hour on the bike every morning. So now when I go take the trash downstairs and I come back upstairs, and I mean, this is a pretty decent flight of stairs, right? I am not even winded. Why? Because the momentum that has built up with my heart rate and doing that every day has made it to where my heart's in shape. I can run down a flight of stairs and back up and not get winded because every day I'm on the bike for an hour. That's conditioning, that's momentum. And it's producing the result that I have a healthy heart. I don't get winded just because I run up and down a flight of stairs. Technically, where I'm at, in life, I should be, but I'm not because I don't think about being old. I think I'm still 30 years old. So therefore, I still do things that I did when I was 30 physically, just as well, if not better, right? It's all in the mind, gang. Solving problems through imagination. So before you can solve a problem, you got to figure out the solution, right? And work your way towards that. Imagination finds options fear can't see. When you are, and they call it a deer in the headlights, you're frozen. Fear freezes you. Fear debilitates you. Fear makes you scared to move, to walk, to run, right? Oh, I'm not that age. I shouldn't be getting on the bike doing an hour. Why not? Because I might have a heart attack. Who says? Your heart is wanting you to do that. It's better than sitting in a chair all day long. That will bring a heart attack. Oh, I think I got a guest. I was just thinking about you.
How's it going?
Hey, I was wondering about you. How you been?
I'm cold. I've been working a 9 to 5. Of course, we have to be open, even,
Yep.
during all this awesome winter weather.
Right? Ugh, that's fun. Getting in and getting into work and getting home, huh?
It was a struggle. I ain't gonna lie.
We were blessed down here. That we literally got the rain that washed it most of it away damn near the same day we got it.
We got about 5 or 6 inches of snow, and then about a half inch of ice, and then about another couple inches of snow, enough to,
Mm,
we shut down, because to get cold weather
right.
around here, but
Damn.
yeah, that's what I say too. And that I'm cold as hell. I'm
I
cold.
mean, what's going on, F? It's nationwide. Like everybody's going through it. Texas? Didn't Texas get snow?
Yeah, I got a buddy that lives down next to Houston, and he got uh it started snowing a little bit, then it turned to thunderstorms um on him, so he missed the most of it. But he grew up in northern Ohio, so he's used to all the snow anyway. But
Oh, okay. Yep.
he been down there, and he has said people in Texas aren't used to having too much snow or ice, so
Mm-hmm.
they shut down.
I can imagine. Oh my God. Well,
So
yeah, I'm glad to have some of it melted down.
yeah, I was listening on my drive home, and uh, can you explain you were racing uphill in a desk chair in your dream, and and
Okay.
was you even winning?
Shut up, F. So it freaked me out, man, because I don't even know who I was racing, but we were pushing these office chairs up a freaking hill. I don't know why I had that dream. I've never had it before, haven't had it since. And I woke myself up because I realized that, hey, listen, your heart's beating real fast and you are out of breath here. Wake up. I remember saying that to myself in the dream. This is not real. Wake up now. And I woke up and I'm like, and Jen's like, "You're all right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, man." And I told her the dream, and she said, "That's wild," because I'm waking up like, like I just had gotten out of a like, what the hell? I've never done that, but not that, you know. So yeah, this is tying into what I'm talking about tonight, which imagination, especially with, with regards to your subconscious, is extremely powerful, and we can use that to help us in our trades. But yeah, it was a scary night.
Yeah, Palm is put on there. Can't see you guys in the chat. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I still got the thing up. I was reading it when F came up.
Okay. Well,
You don't want to see us, Palm. We ain't nothing to look at, man. Stop it. Anyway, I will read a little bit of this and then I'll take it down so you can see our lovely faces, okay? Imagination finds options that fear can't see. That's where I left off. Fear is debilitating, gang. Fear will leave you stuck like a deer in the headlights, afraid to do anything, afraid to move, and you can't let it take over. How many times have you frozen up in a trade when it was going against you? Too many times, right? I know, because I've done it too. You freeze up and you're like, shit, I'm losing a shit ton of money here, but all right, it's coming near this double bottom. Maybe it's gonna bounce. The bottom line is maybe, coulda, shoulda, woulda. You shouldn't still be in the trade, but fear has overtaken you and you're scared to get out of it because you're scared either you're gonna lose more money or you're scared that you're gonna lose the rebound, right? Either way, fear has taken over. Once again, how powerful the subconscious mind is, how powerful our minds are, our thought processes are. But we got to learn how to use it for good instead of letting the bad take over. Because either way, it's going to work, but you got to use it for good. Every problem has multiple solutions. I always say this, even though, vegan probably hates that. Plus, we have cat. There's more than one way to skin a cat, right? There's more than one way to skin a cat. You have to go around Robin Hood's barn sometimes to get what you need and what you want, right? But don't just go into it thinking there's only one way that this can be done. How many different people do we have that are successful in here, F? A lot of them. You, how many? A lot, right?
quite a few.
Has anybody taken the exact same path?
No.
Case in point. Nobody has gotten there the exact same way. It's something that clicked with everybody that was different, that worked for them. And has anybody done it in the exact same time frame, F?
Not at all. Some have been fortunate to make it click right off, and some people like me, it took a little while for it to click,
And some of us are still waiting for that click, right?
right.
So you can't put a time clock on it, gang. You cannot put a time clock on it. The only thing you can control is what you're doing on a day-to-day basis, trade by trade. That's the only thing you can control, right? Who knows? That click could happen in the middle of a trade. I would hope it would happen before the trade, but you could see something in that or do that trade in a certain way that finally resonates with you and then repeat it and realize, wait a minute, I think I found my edge. Who knows when that's going to happen, but you got to keep going and keep doing things and following the rules until it does, right? Because you don't know when that's going to happen. That's like guessing the day that you're going to leave the earth, right? You don't know when that's going to happen. So do you sit there counting the hours and the days? No, you live your life day by day and you don't think about that because it's inevitable, right? Okay, don't think about how much money is my P&L saying right now. Do the trade, live the trade, be the trade. Stop thinking about your P&L. How much money am I going to make today? Don't worry about that. Do the trades right. That's all you need to focus on is doing the trades right, being green. The money will take care of itself. Calm thinking solves complex problems. You ever try to solve a problem when you're frantic, when you're nervous, when you're panicking? Have you, F?
No, I find that if I get too excited that I don't think clearly,
Mm-hmm.
and if I keep a level head, I can visualize like different ways to solve the problem. So
Y'all heard what that man said, right? He can visualize. Your mind is clear and able to get those visions because it's not bogged down by panic and fear. When you keep a clear head, I remember one time we were doing a delivery, me and Jen, and we got stranded on the road. And I forget what happened. We ran out of gas, right? I think we ran out of gas. I'm trying to remember, right? And instead of panicking, because we were on this busy highway on the side of this road. Hold on, we got somebody else coming in. Hello.
Hello.
Is that Bumblebee?
Yep, that's me.
Hey, man. So we were on the
Hey.
side of the road, right? And instead of panicking, all of a sudden I started thinking because we were on this hill, we were slanted to the side, which caused the gas that was left in the car to be like it wouldn't get to wherever it needed to be for us to start the car, right? So all of a sudden I said, wait a minute, hold on. I started shaking the truck, right? Using the momentum of it leaning and pushing up on it and started shaking the truck. Well, whatever that did, it started shaking the gas in the tank, and Jen was able to get in the car and start it, and we were able to go to a gas station. But if I had sat there panicking and, oh, what are we going to do? We're on the side of this road. We're going to get hit by a car. That wouldn't have happened. We just would have been sitting there waiting for AAA or whatever we would have done. Right? But the calm thinking got us through. Have you ever had a situation like that, Bumblebee? You probably have, being a mechanic and all, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, you get into a situation. Hopefully, it wasn't a bad situation. Car fall on you or nothing like that.
Oh, I've seen some come really close, but not got one falling. I had a
Cool.
left arm come out from under one, and it start teeter-tottering back and forth, about to come off the lid.
Oh.
Yeah.
Last slide is let your faith be bigger than your fear, right? I have this hanging on a plaque in this office, and I've had that plaque for years, right? Because I hate fear. I loathe fear, right? Because I lived in it for a long time after I survived cancer, thinking about death all the time. And every time something felt weird, I'm like, do I have cancer again and all that? And I'm like, you got to stop living like this because you might as well be dead. Have faith. You're here. You made it. You beat it. Go on and live your life. You've been gifted another opportunity to be here. So let the faith in that carry you through. Forget about all that fear stuff because it makes life horrible. Living in fear sucks. So you got to let your faith be bigger than your fear, right? You don't want to go into your trading day every day thinking, I'm going to lose a shit ton of money because that's all I ever do. You got to stop that cycle, right? And start believing that you are going to do the right things in these trades because you have control of that. So fear focuses on loss. That's all fear is worried about. It's focuses on the times that you lost money. And that becomes who you are. But that's not who you are. It's just something that you did in that moment. It's not who you are. You're not a loser. You're just somebody who lost some money in a trade. But if you let it take over, it can make you feel like you're a loser. And you got to pull out of that, because that's where that learned helplessness comes in that Palm talked about, right? You start feeling helpless, like you can't do it right. Then you start feeling like you can't do anything right, period, in your life. And that's not a good place to be, right? So faith focuses on possibility. If you flip the script and say, well, wait a minute, I've got really good teachers and they've taught people that have been extremely successful at this, then what's the difference between them and me? And when you wake up and realize there's no difference between you and Palm and you and whoever, right? You and F, you and Bumblebee, you and whoever. There's no difference there. They just knuckled down and got discipline and followed the rules. That's the only difference. Has nothing to do with you as a person. It's what you're doing. Would you guys agree with that?
Yes.
Yeah,
It's
I would
what we're,
agree.
yeah, it's not us, it's what we're doing, right? So all we have to do is change our actions, and you start changing your actions through your thoughts. Thoughts lead to feelings, lead to actions, lead to results. If you have a thought, if you don't have a feeling behind it, it's just a fleeting thought. It goes in one ear and out the other, and nothing comes of it. But when you get a feeling behind a thought that you have, oh, all hell breaks loose, because then you start acting on it because you're feeling some kind of way about it. And then when you act on it, you're going to get a result from that action, right? Okay. Big gamma candle. Oh, it's shooting to the upside. Or wait a minute, better yet, right? Say you're Blake, because Blake's been killing double tops and double bottoms lately. So Blake sees a double top hit and starts back to the downside. His thought process is, okay, I have faith in myself because I have now done this successfully hundreds of times. What? How many trades did we see? At least 90, right? Or one for every day. So it's like at least 50, 60 trades that he did successfully. So at this point, Blake's conviction, not just confidence, his conviction is there. It's got to be through the roof at this point, right? So when he sees that, he smells blood in the water. He has a thought. I know what I'm seeing. I know what that means when that happens. Now he feels some kind of way about it. I know how to make this trade. I'm excited. It's time to make some money. Boom. He gets into it. He has action. He enters the trade, right? The result is he did it the same way every time and he made money. That's how it works. So it has to
Yeah.
start as a thought, right? It has to start as a thought. So no more of this losing trade shit. You've got to think, I am a good trader. I have good trainers that are here that are teaching me every day. All I got to do is get out of my own way and listen to them. Follow the rules that coach has laid out, what I play at the end of every show, right? And just follow them to the letter and make this happen. Pull it out of your imagination and make it be a reality. But you got to imagine it first. You got to see it happening first. You got to feel it happening first, just like Blake in that trade. You got to see yourself doing it. And right now, if you're not doing it properly with real money, then do it with paper trading. You know, to get that confidence, paper trade it over and over and over and over and over and over until you have that same confidence in your trading. Well, I didn't do it with real money. It doesn't matter. You mastered how. You're not mastering how to make money. You're mastering how to trade, how to think to trade properly. So when you master that portion of it, then you put the money back into it. You guys got anything you want to add?
Oh yeah, I got a big one to add.
All right.
But
Let's
F2,
hear it.
you can go first.
Just
All right. Today was. Oh,
Oh.
Go ahead.
just take your time. Like, you're not going to just get it if
It
if
ain't
you don't
happening
practice.
overnight.
Yeah, it ain't going to happen overnight. Get in your simulated account, follow the rules, learn how to read your candles or the EWO or whatever pattern that you are, we talk about in the Discord and stuff, and take your time until you're 100% certain about it, and then gradually move up from there. But don't get in a hurry and use real money until
Right.
you you understand what's going on.
Good point. Bumblebee, what you up to? What you want to say to us?
All right. Well, I had a down day today, Dawn. I was down 5%. Um, um, for the past 9 days I've been trading, I'm still up at 50% total account. But today was a train wreck for me. And if you got just a minute, I want to read most of my journal entry. I'm not going to go through each trade, but just what I got in the journal.
Okay.
And I'm gonna throw it out there because this is rough because it's like, but this is how you got to learn.
That's
All
right.
right,
And
journal entries.
thank you for being transparent and sharing it with us.
Journal entries. Not waiting for the break and hold. Not getting out at critical resistance. Wanting to swing for the fences. Revenge trading. Trading when I'm hungry. Didn't eat breakfast. Feeling I got to take a trade. Getting prepared, not getting prepared earlier, just sitting down right before market open. Trading in the first 15 minutes, which is a huge no-no for me. I made 5 trades today. I was down 5%. The last trade, I lost 4. But within these trades, I was back and forth, up and down, doing all the things that I just said. I was too confident from 2 weeks of, 2 good weeks. So, coming in, beating my chest, and got humbled today.
It happens, right?
Oh,
It
yeah.
happens to everybody. So do me a
But,
favor.
it was,
Do me a favor. Find a journal entry where you had a good day. Where's that at? You got one of them in there?
no, I don't. Actually, I'll write them on a page and then I'll put them in the journal at the end of the evening. Because if I come up with something else, I just keep it to where I jot it down.
Okay, but do you
I
have
got
do you
plenty of
have
them.
something near you that where you had a good day that you can read to us?
No, actually, I'm out in the car right now, so
Damn
but
it,
I
Bumblebee!
will
You
do
know where
that.
I'm going with that,
But
right?
yeah, I do. But
Okay,
what I'm
so
trying to say is, just
talk
say
to me.
for instance, my journal entry, even a year ago,
Uh-huh.
would be I would just technically put down how my trades were doing,
Mm-hmm.
not really what I was doing,
Mm-hmm.
not what I was feeling, and the things like that. I mean, my journal entries are actually getting better, and to be able to jot all this down and pinpoint
Yeah.
what I was doing wrong, not to the point to where before I was just writing down, oh, I did this trade and I lost, I did this trade and I won, and I might put in I got a bad entry, or most of the time I would attack, the, what my physical actions were, not so much as what my process was and why I messed up on that trade. So the journal entries are getting better. Matter of fact, my wife was getting upset with me, and true to the point, she says, I'm gonna get you a good journal. You need something good to write in. You don't need to be scratching it on papers and piling out all up into here. She said, it's good you're doing it, but you need a true journal. I'm like, okay, honey, okay.
She's
And
right.
she don't follow this much, but she's heard you talk about journaling, so she knows I need to be doing it. But she got on my butt for it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like, how the hell do you have a that journal entry and then you don't have another one right there that's a good one? That means they're all over the place. But you're right. You're doing good by putting your thought process in there, because that's what really it all starts with, is a thought process. And you being able to go back and see what you were thinking on those bad days. What I was trying to get you to do is go read what you were doing on a good day, so that before um that negativity sinks too deep into your skin, I wanted you to remember that that's just one day. That's not who you are. That's not, and I love that, you got humbled by the market. Nobody likes a red day, but it does happen. It happens to the best of us. Nobody's going to win every day, right? But I want you to right
Right,
now remember that that was just one day, and that's not who you are. The person that you are is somebody who knows how to bounce back, because you've bounced back before. The trader that you are is the person that consistently traded successfully for the past few weeks, right? So they're
right,
entitled to have a break. They're entitled to have a bad day. Nothing's 100%, right? So before
right.
you even give this too much power, right? All right, it happened. I wrote it. I know it. Wallowed in it. Told everybody about it. Now put it to the side. It's gone. It's over. It's already in the past. The market's closed, right? So that
Yeah,
tomorrow, when you come into your new day, this is a memory. This is not that's something that happened yesterday. This is a brand new day. Let's get back on where we were day before, or last week, and the week before that. Because that's how I've been trading. I did that consistently. I'm not doing red days consistently. I'm doing green days consistently. So let's let that go. We give ourselves that one. All
oh yeah.
right, boom. Back on
Well, I
back
mean,
on board.
that's good and well. And matter of fact, when I come out of it, usually I come out, even paper trading, I've got more upset with red days on paper trading than I have been today.
You should be.
Um,
You should be. Because
and
it's
I
trade.
don't, but I think it's where I have been trading so long now. I know this does happen. And, actually, to be honest with you, if I was coming in and I was hungry and,
Mhm.
I wasn't feeling that well, I should have just cut the day off.
Yeah, you
I
should
mean,
have, but
really,
you
to be
didn't.
honest,
You should have, but you didn't.
or get something to eat,
Yeah.
settle myself and then go in a
Yep.
little later.
Yeah. But now you know to do that next time, right? If you're
Right.
hungry and you're
Yeah.
not in your right state that you need to be, because you wrote it down in your entries. You were like, I didn't do my normal routine in the morning. I didn't get prepared. So you did a good thing there. You wrote down the things that contributed to why the day was bad, so that going forward that if I'm doing that and I'm already starting like that, I'm not trading today, because I already been
Yeah.
here. I know where this is going to end up. And that way you don't keep doing
Because,
it, right?
yeah, even when I was trading at work on my lunch break every day, no
Mm-hmm.
matter what, I'd always sit down and eat first. I would sit down and eat, take about 5 minutes, and then I would start trading.
Mm-hmm.
But, I think more of that is just like I've been doing this, and I mean, there may be a great opportunity, and everything looked so good this morning. I was just like, I can do this. And yeah. But like I said, I got all this down. I'm going to start following the rules and following what I'm supposed to do, and we'll be back on track tomorrow.
There you go. So I want to hear that tomorrow. I want you to come in here and tell me, hey, listen, yesterday is gone. I was back being me today. Or, you know, I was feeling off again today. I ate some. I was feeling off again today, so I didn't trade. I want to hear one of those two things, right? Either you
Yeah.
were on track and you had a green day and you brushed that off, or wasn't quite feeling myself, so I didn't even do it. I didn't even bother doing it, because you don't have to trade every day, right?
Oh, yeah. But it still feels really great sitting on top of over $3,000 in a week. I mean, I've never done that.
That's
Yeah.
man. Let me give you the bell on that, Bumblebee. That is amazing, man. And that is not somebody who doesn't know what they're doing. You just had a bad day, and I had a bad day. I mean,
Oh yeah.
it happens. So, but no two red days, because then you know what the rule is, right?
Oh yeah.
Take a month. Something
Yep.
wrong.
Oh yeah.
Something wrong.
Yeah.
So we don't
Yeah.
want
It
that.
hit my stop loss, and I shouldn't have moved it down. It hit it down past 4%. And usually I don't have it any below 3. If it hits a stop loss at 3%, I'm done. I get out.
Yeah,
But
that's
I
good.
did move that down. I didn't write that down either, but I did move that down, and I shouldn't have.
Well, I'm proud of you
So
because you came in here and you shared with us your success last week. And then you also came in here and you were not afraid to be transparent and say, hey, listen, I had a bad day today. Because I'm sure there's somebody out there that also had a bad day and they're relating to you right now. So,
oh yeah,
thank you
I
for
was
being sharing
present
that.
when Jimmy's bottom fell out. I was there for that. So
Yeah.
anybody can have it.
Anybody can have it. We've seen Coach have bad days and turn around and spin them right around. You know what I mean? So,
Oh yeah,
yep. But you'll
yeah.
be all
And
right.
if Jimmy has a bad day or Brady has a bad day, anybody can. You know,
That's right.
I
That's
miss
right.
them guys. I really do.
I know, right? F, what do you do when you have a bad trade or a bad day? Have you had a red day recently or no?
Not recently. I've had red trades. I stop and regroup and see what the heck I done wrong, and um, recoup and um, thank goodness for stops. And
Yeah.
but what if I have too bit? I don't try to lose too much on my red trades or anything. Um, but I stop and see where I went wrong. Like I review my mechanics, what my mindset was. I journal it. What was I thinking? Uh,
Yeah.
was I paying attention? Did I get sidetracked? Did I, daydream?
Why?
Yeah,
Why?
the why. And when I used to have red days, I would stop for a couple of days. Um, and obviously I wouldn't have more than 2 red days in a row, but I wouldn't be afraid after I got the hang of everything. I wouldn't be afraid not to trade. Like I wasn't relying on it,
Yeah.
which I'm fortunate. I have my 9 to 5. Uh, I don't have to rely on trading right now to meet ends meet or anything. Like some people do, and it's a different type of pressure that they have that I have. Like I'm to the point now where I don't want to trade. I don't trade. Like today, I didn't get a chance to trade because of obviously working and couldn't take a break or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but there's days that'll be like, no, I don't feel like trading today, and I won't. I got to be in the mood, and um, and
I love that. You pick and choose. It's like, I've been there, done that. I've taught myself how to successfully do it. So, when I feel like I'm in the zone where I'm ready to rock and roll, I'll get into it. And if I'm not feeling like I'm in that zone, why do it? Because then you can end up being like giving it back, you know? And that's really good. That's commendable. You don't always have the need to trade, you know what I mean? So that's awesome. Some people will get restless, right? When they start making a decent a bit of money and they'll get reckless with it and just start throwing it at bad trades and seeing, oh well, I can probably recoup it, and they'll get in a spiral. And I love that you haven't allowed yourself to go down that road. You know what I mean? Just like Bumblebee's not going to go down that road. He's doing good. So that's one of the reasons why I believe you came in here and put it out in the universe and just got it out. Because if you leave it in there, it's going to fester and it's going to turn into a whole bad situation. You got to get it out, let it go. And you did that tonight. So that was good.
Oh
Just
yeah.
like
Well, when we when I had that last discussion the last time, I told you, you know, I did that back when I was getting ready to quit. I threw it up in front of DT, and DT set me right.
Mm-hmm.
And and I told you, if I got an issue, I got a problem, I'm gonna say something about it. It's not gonna
Yeah, don't sit on it.
be, oh well, let's just scratch that off.
Yeah.
Oh, that ain't nothing. I'm just gonna flake it off. I'll go
Yeah,
out,
because
and if I have questions, I'll ask questions. I'm gonna talk about it. That's
it's
how
good.
you get through it.
That is. That is. That's the best way to get through it. Talk it out. And that way you can move forward from it and it's not stuck in you, you know?
Right. And the first thing I did today, when I stopped trading and my wife was up and around, I sat down and told her the same thing that I just said right here.
Mm-hmm.
I laid it out. This is what it is. This is what I did. And the first thing she said is, "You got to get that journal together. It's a mess." So,
Oh man. Oh, well,
And
good.
just
I'm
like
glad.
Palm in the chat says, when we start rationalizing and breaking the rules, we need to stop immediately.
Yep.
Um, that's you got to have the right mindset. You got to have, you can't, if you're failing, you can't be like, oh, it's going to come back, or oh, this happened or that happened. Obviously you read something wrong, like you weren't paying attention to the news, to the levels it was at, the volume of the trade. You missed something. So, don't rationalize it, be like, oh, it'll come back or anything like that. Get out of the trade, stop trading, regroup.
yeah,
Right. He identified that he didn't
absolutely.
eat. He wasn't in his right way that he usually is. And eating obviously is a huge part of what gets you ready for your day. Just having something to snack on or something to get in there and to let it flow for you. So,
Yeah, I got to get some grapes, Dawn.
I'm getting ready to go eat some, right? I'm getting ready to go eat my
Yeah,
grapes. I got a nice bag of red grapes last week. Oh my God. I love them. They are so good. Sometimes you can get the mushy ones
yeah.
that don't taste right. And yeah, no. Sometimes you get a bad batch, but I got a good batch last week and it's still good. Yes, sir.
I knew I was going to hear something like that. Yep, yep, yep.
I'm serious. That's how I start my dinner off. I eat me some grapes first and then I wait about a good hour and then I have a salad and yeah, that's my dinner. Raw, baby. Raw. Keep it raw. So, gentlemen, thank
But
you for
it was,
what's
but
up?
real quick, because like when
Yeah.
I was doing it Friday, I mean, it was my mindset was just totally different, and had nothing to do with mechanics, my computer, nothing. It was what's in between these ears, and I see that because Friday it was just so amazing. I was blown away because it was like I had coached and watching him on one screen. I was trading, and as I was trading, it was like I went into a trade, and then right behind me, coach went in, said the same thing that was going through my head almost every time. And it almost like coach is in my head. And now I'm hearing it like in stereo or like a reverb because I hear it in my head. Then he says it. And I'm like, holy crap, this is wonderful. You know,
You were in your head.
I'm on
You
my
were in your
way,
head. You got
but
that knowledge now.
it wasn't, it wasn't nothing like that. It was just everything was not right today. I mean, it just wasn't. So we're gonna get on a better foot in the morning.
There you go. There you go. Just remember what it is, and just remember if you're not feeling it, then don't do it. Just like F said, if he ain't feeling it, he don't trade. You know. So you're like you
And
said, you're not gonna ruin your streak by taking a couple of days off. You know what I mean? You're if anything, you're gonna keep
oh
it
yeah,
green by taking a couple of days off if you're not feeling right. So
yeah.
yeah,
I've even done that when I was paper trading before. But I appreciate the words, Palm and F2, Don. Thank you.
thank you for coming up. Appreciate you.
And that's what, and I love your video. I watch it every morning before I start. That I did do this morning. And man, tears come down every time I hear it. Oh my Lord, that's a wonderful video, girl.
Which one? Grateful?
Yep,
I got it right here,
grateful.
queued up. I got it right here queued up. We're
Oh
gonna
man.
watch it on the way out.
All
F,
right.
thank you for coming on and hanging out, honey. I appreciate you so much. You know I do.
I wouldn't. I try to make it as much as I can. When I
I know
can,
you
I
do.
usually have something, and I can't control. So, but
Yeah,
I love being part of this. I've learned quite a bit on this aftermarket show, and gained a lot of confidence by coming up here. And I still stutter, and I don't know a lot of knowledge to be able to share or anything, or I can't call like charts like some of them can. But I know
that's
what
all right.
it's like to have the right mindset, uh, how to build your confidence, and you start one trade at a time. So
That's right. And you being you is enough, right? So
thank you.
yeah, just you being you exactly how you are is enough. Don't worry about all that
Oh
other
yeah,
stuff.
I'm gonna break this here. I was gonna wait until the morning and put it out with the show with Coach, but my 20-year-old, my youngest son, came to me and said, "Dad, I want to go into the ADT college." He said, "I want to do that. I want
Nice.
to learn what you do."
That is awesome. And he's only 20?
Yeah,
Nice. He
and
is
he's
right at the beginning
and
of
he
life.
and he is. I've been on to him to try to get in and learn this since
That's
I've been
good.
doing it. I've been
That's
trying,
good.
trying, trying, trying.
Well,
But
and
now that
he's
I'm
young.
sitting down here and
Yeah.
he looks at my screen every day, if it's not up, he pulls it up. He'll look, even though he don't think I know, but I know he goes and checks. He's like,
Mm-hmm.
"Dad, you make more money in a day than I make in a week." He says, "Oh my goodness, I want to go to the college. I want to go to the school." And
Yeah.
he's real smart. He was in honor roll, AB honor roll all the way through school the whole
Nice.
time.
That
And
is
I mean,
awesome.
he's good into gaming. He builds computers. He's all into that kind of stuff. And oh yeah, it's going to be exciting watching this one
I can't
when he
wait.
gets in there.
I can't wait. That is
I,
going to be amazing. Bumblebee Jr.
and this was really the funniest part. I told my wife, I said, "I'll pay for his school." She said,
Oh,
"That's
nice.
3,000. That's $3,000." I'm like, and she kind of frowned at me. I said, "Well, what do you think about two people doing what I'm doing right now in the house?" And then she grinned big. I said, "You're gonna have two of us in here."
Yep. Making that
Yep.
money.
Oh yeah, she started smiling then. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, that's good. And you know what's even better is he's got you there that's already taken a lot of the bumps and the bruises and are on a good path now. So he's got you sitting right there. Most people don't have that. They don't have somebody that's in the house with them that can actually help them through the process, along with the group. So he's really fortunate to have, and you're fortunate because now you guys can bounce off each other. Because when he gets good enough, he gets up to speed, you guys can bounce off each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's gonna be
Oh
a really
well. Yeah. He's always been a strong individual, always. And I'm going to tell you now, he's the kind of kid that will check you even when he's a kid and you're an adult. And you'll be like, "Yeah, you're right." He'll look at me and like, "Dad, should you be doing this?" Like if I'm driving crazy or something like that. And he'll
yeah,
check me. And he's
yeah,
been that way pretty much ever since he can talk. I mean, he's got a head on him, and he'll be. So I know for a fact he'll make me better too.
That's good. That's what I said. Checks and balances for both of you, right? He'll be checking you like
Yeah.
you're checking him. Same with Jen. I know.
Oh yeah.
Well, she already does it. She already does it. So, and that's one of the reasons why, as I've been learning, I've been teaching her and showing her things and showing her videos and things like that, so that we have that, So that is
Oh yeah.
amazing, man. I can't wait. What's his name?
Michael.
Cool. I can't wait for Michael to be a part of the group and welcome him into the family.
Oh yeah. Yep. That's going to be amazing. It really is.
Yep. Remember Ange had her son in? Remember that?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then the next one I got to get in is Dylan, which is my older son. He's a master mechanic now, so but he would be amazing in here. He is a character. He real strong character.
Sweet.
But yeah, he'll be freaking amazing too. It's just yeah, I'm blessed with two wonderful boys. I really am.
Well, that is amazing, Bumblebee. Cool beans, man. Looking forward to having them. And I know Coach will be. So, he takes the young ones under his wing. So,
yeah.
That'll be good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that'll be good. Yep. So.
Yeah. Michael's personality reminds me a lot of Eric's Moto.
Yeah?
A lot. Yeah. He's a lot like Eric.
Yeah, Eric's cool. Eric has got a lot of juice, a lot of excitement. So yeah. And he's just 31. He should be about 32 now. So he's a young one, and he's being pretty successful at a young age. So he's gonna have a lot to teach his kids. So because he learned a lot. He got a lot of good stuff going with him today, in here. So and he can take that with him.
Oh yeah, I've learned a lot from him too. Yeah, he's very intelligent.
Yep. All right, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and get my grapes. Bucko in his video. You got any grapes? I'm gonna go ahead and get my grapes. Good night, y'all. Look at thanks for coming and hanging out. Palm. Thank you, Asus6. Thank you, Darn Cricket. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you, Vegan. Thank you. I have not decided yet. Leonard Jones was in here. Bobby was in here. I think I said Cricket, right? Darn Cricket. We got Ken McKee in here. Dang, what you said just hit home. I still start out new every day with positivity, but the day is over. Yep. Way to go. I'm glad we can say stuff that resonates with you guys. Been having problems staying green lately, quite a few days. 2 to 25 what's that? $2 to $5 red days. Well, Ken, you know what? And hopefully you're paper trading. If not, maybe you should go ahead over to the paper trading and figure out what it is that you're doing wrong. Where is it? The entries? Are you holding on too long after? Are you entering right and holding on too long? And get in there and figure out what's happening. You know what I mean? And start to pick it apart. That's the best way to do it. And hopefully you're paper trading. If not, maybe you should go ahead over to the paper trade. It's all good. I got one day added in. I was thinking, okay. Laughing at Jerry. Slurry just. Yep. All right, gang. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. I am going to go ahead and end with Coach's rules, but then instead of our usual coming in right after that, Ken Mayfield, shout out to Ken Mayfield for the beautiful music you're giving us. I'm going to still play that. So if you guys still want to comment and write in the comments, it's going to be going for a while, but I'm going to go ahead after Coach's rules and put in Grateful. Right. Matter of fact, no, I'm going to go ahead and put in Grateful right now. And then I'm going to end with Coach's rules after that and go into our American dreams. Right. Because I'm feeling grateful for today. I'm grateful for all of you. I'm grateful for American Dream Trading, my life, my wife, everything. I'm grateful for it, damn it. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. F2, you have a good knife.
You too, and I'll try to catch you tomorrow, and you have a wonderful rest of your evening.
You too, sir, and you too, Bumblebee. This one's for
All
you,
right.
bud.
Good night, everybody.
I mean, think about it. Millionaire, right? There's more to it than just making seven figures. There's more to it than being, right, than financially set now the rest of your life. It's time, freedom, not worrying if somebody gets sick, if family needs your help, right? You don't have to worry about taking time off. You don't have to worry about asking. You don't have to worry about medical debt. You don't have to worry about saying no. If somebody you know is hurting or struggling, you can go, I'll take care of it. There's so much more behind this, right, than the flashy cars and the houses and the Rolexes and the things. This is where I want all of you to get. This is not our first dance. This is not our first millionaire, right? We've done this 12 times around now for people that I know of. We've made other people millions of dollars, but they were already existing millionaires. These are millionaires, right? From here at American Dream Trading. I need you guys to understand what we do is different than anybody else in your lives ever. I'm just so grateful that I lost my job when I did. Me and my wife both losing our jobs at the exact same time within 30 days of each other was the greatest gift that's ever happened to us. That struggle that we had in between us losing our jobs and me doing this full time was the greatest thing that's ever happened in our lives. I've made a lot of money before, and I've been dirt floor poor before. I've been there, I've done it, I know the struggles, I know how hard it is. It is not just saying a millionaire, it's to never worry again. How many people in this room would love to have the freedom to do whatever, whenever, however, take care of every person you know, every loved one, never worry about a thing ever again? Stay the course. I mean it. I'm passionate about what I do. I love seeing it when people become successful. I love working with you when you're not, because I've done that, right? I want that for everybody in this room. And I know some of you, right, are like, oh, but I'm not, I'm still struggling. It's okay. It's a part of this journey. That struggle, the hard stuff is what makes it when you make it the greatest feeling. If it was easy, it wouldn't feel good when you got there, right? And that is what you get to hold on to. So if you are still in that struggling phase, that's good. That's a good thing. You need to stay in it until you're out of it. You need to embrace it, right? You need to embrace all of it. The good, the bad, and the ugly, the whole thing. I need you to understand that. Without the hard, the good, it's not good. If everybody was a millionaire, would $1 million be good anymore? It'd be worthless, right? So if this was easy for everybody, there would be no stock market. What would be the purpose? You'd get paid minimum wage to do what we're doing in the stock market if everybody could do this job. Am I right? Keep going. I appreciate all of you. Thank you for letting me spend a couple minutes, but I'm so happy. I'm so excited for our members. I'm so grateful for all of my moderators, all of my training staff. I'm so appreciative. Today I am grateful. Listen, if you guys are struggling, I want you to think about this. If you guys are struggling, I want you to change however you feel into gratefulness. It's hard to be angry or sad when you're grateful. It's hard to be hateful or hurtful when you're grateful. Am I right? It will replace, gratitude will replace all of those emotions. I want you guys to come from a place of gratitude. I am grateful that I have the opportunity. I am grateful that I lost my job to have the time to work on this. I am grateful for another day that I get to wake up and feed myself. I am grateful that I have the ability, right, to go for a walk. I am grateful that I have another chance to prove myself that I can do things that nobody else has ever done. I am grateful for this opportunity, right, to be a part of this community. I want you guys to think about that. I want everybody in the room to flip the script wherever you're at, whatever you're struggling with, because we're all human beings. Listen, I train over 1 million people in this room. That means over 1 million people have come through this room. Everybody with different walks of life, drug addiction, alcoholism, beaten, battered, bad things, right? I want you guys to turn all of that into gratefulness. Every day. Be there for each other. This is what we are as a part of this community. If I pass away tomorrow, this community needs to continue. American Dream Trading needs to continue, and everybody needs to continue to help each other and be the light. When the world is crying out recession and bring out your dead and oh no, everything's burning, and you be the light. Say, no, I am grateful I can do something that I was trained to do. Right? Every day, please wake up and be grateful. Put it in your journals right now. Everybody in the room, if you don't have your journals out, do it. If you have a computer in front of you, type it. You have a notepad next to you, write it down. Everybody, seriously, wherever you're at in this walk with us, be grateful that you're here and you're able to do it. You know, think about this. If you're on the other side of the planet, you can't even afford to have a phone to listen or watch, right? You might not have what you have today, even in your darkest hour. There are people that would literally do anything they can to be in your shoes, even in your darkest struggle. So there is no more woe is me. Pick yourself up with your bootstraps, get to work, show up every day, get to work. You guys remember all the rules. You must follow all of them, not some. You don't get to sprinkle in your own and leave mine out. You must follow all the rules. Always have a stop loss in each and every trade. If you're a new trader, make sure you are simulate trading only using a paper account. I don't want anybody losing their money while you are in training. Make sure you guys are using small position sizes. This will allow you to let those runners run and stop out the losers. Again, stops on every trade, regardless of shares, options, futures, or crypto. Make sure you guys are journaling every single day. It's one of the most important pieces of what we do on top of the risk management, so that you can help assess what you are doing and make the changes that you need to do. Don't trade in the first 30 minutes or the last hour of the day if you're a new trader. And if you are an experienced trader, please be careful the first 3 minutes or the last 8 minutes of the trading day.
I was stuck in the cycle, just spinning my wheels, chasing time, losing sleep, forgetting how to feel. Dreams collecting dust on a shelf in my mind, till I found a spark, a way to realign. Not just numbers, charts, or lines on a screen. It was a mirror that showed who I could be. American dream trading, you opened the door, gave me the tools, now I'm asking for more. No more waiting for life to decide. You gave me the pen so I can rewrite. From fear to focus, from doubt to drive, I found my strength, now I'm alive. You didn't just teach me to trade, you helped me rewrite my life. Used to think I missed my chance, too late to change, but you showed me trading pain for pride. Thanks to the dream. Now rewrite my life. Welcome to the aftermarket party.